Ancient Egypt, a land of pharaohs, pyramids, and untold riches. But who could have imagined that its last great ruler would meet such a mysterious end? Welcome to my channel, and today, let's find out the real reason why Cleopatra died. She was the last pharaoh of Egypt, a queen whose beauty and cunning became legend. Yet her true fate remains shrouded in mystery. Was Cleopatra a tragic lover, a brilliant strategist, or the final victim of Rome's unstoppable power? Today, we uncover the untold story of Egypt's last pharaoh and the secrets behind her fateful end. But first, let's meet the main character of our story, Cleopatra. Unlike the common depiction of Cleopatra as a seductive temptress, let's introduce her as a powerful queen trying to save her kingdom from destruction. At the time, Rome was expanding across the Mediterranean, and Egypt, Toucan ally, was also a prize that Rome wanted to possess. Cleopatra, with her political genius, understood this threat clearly. She was no ordinary ruler, fluent in multiple languages, skilled in diplomacy. She navigated the treacherous waters of international relations with ease. Her ambition was clear: to protect Egypt's independence and prosperity. Her relationships with powerful Romans like Julius Caesar and Mark Antony were not merely romantic entanglements, but calculated moves to secure her kingdom's future. With Caesar, she forged an alliance that led to the birth of her sons, and when Caesar was assassinated, she turned to Antony, forming a partnership that would help rule Egypt. Together, they had 3 children. Though her personal life was filled with passion and intrigue, her primary focus remained on her kingdom. But love and strategy are dangerous partners, and Cleopatra's gamble would soon face Rome's wrath. Enter Octavian, Caesar's adopted son and heir, who after defeating Antony at the naval battle of Actium, set his sights on Egypt. The year is 32 BC. The location, the waters off the coast of Actium. The battle, a clash between 2 mighty navies, one led by Antony and Cleopatra, the other by Octavian. The stakes, the control of Egypt, and the future of the Roman Republic. It was a battle for the ages, a confrontation that would decide the fate of empires. As the sun beat down on the shimmering waves, the 2 fleets engaged. Antony, confident and bold, commanded his ships with vigor. Cleopatra, known for her sharp intellect, devised ingenious battle plans. Yet as the day wore on, it became clear that their combined might was no match for Octavian's superior forces. The tide of the battle turned, and soon Antony and Cleopatra were forced to flee, their dreams of victory dashed against the rocks of Actium. This defeat was more than a loss of a battle. It was the end of Egypt's sovereignty. With their navy shattered, Antony and Cleopatra retreated to Alexandria, once the jewel of the ancient world, now facing its own demise. As they sailed into the harbor, the weight of their defeat pressed heavily upon them. The cheers of their subjects were laced with sorrow, for they knew their queen's brilliant mind had met its match. In the face of certain defeat, tradition says that Cleopatra took her own life, allowing an ASP, a venomous snake, to bite her. But was this the full account of the story? Or was it just a fabrication by Rome to add another dramatic chapter to its victory? Historians have debated for centuries over the validity of this tale. Some argue that the ASP was a mere pawn in Rome's propaganda machine, designed to paint Cleopatra as a tragic, misunderstood figure, a victim of her own making. Others believe that the details surrounding her death, from the ASP to a choice to end her own life, were carefully crafted by Roman writers to tarnish her reputation. After all, it was easier to vilify a queen who took her own life than one who had been defeated and humiliated in war. So was Cleopatra the victim of Rome's propaganda or the architect of her own legendary finale? Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in the tangled threads of history, forever beyond our grasp. The year is 30 BC. The place, Alexandria, Egypt. Cleopatra, the last pharaoh, has met her end. The era of the pharaohs has come to an end. The once proud rulers of Egypt, a lineage that traced its roots back to the gods, had been replaced by Roman governors. But Cleopatra's story didn't end with her death. Her legend lived on, inspiring poets, artists, and rulers for centuries. She was more than her romances, more than her death. She was the last spark of Egypt's ancient glory, a queen who dared to defy an empire and whose fate will forever remain one of mystery as great as mysteries. That's all for today. See you next time.